What's going on, Jerome? It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. It's time for the Vikings Wednesday news dump as he sees you when you're pooping. So, yes, Josh Dobbs mania is going on right now amongst the Minnesota Fighting Vikings faithful. And fantastic story, journeyman backup, zero practice, and came in and did the damn thing, man. But, we're on New Orleans. I can't have an emotional hangover from that game. Vikings practices for the week start today, but just cleaning up a couple more Josh Dobbs stories. So, Alec Lewis, The Athletic, go. Josh Dobbs on his Torchbearers podcast, because I swear every single player in the league has a podcast now. It's pretty fantastic, man. So this is what Josh Dobbs said about his game on Sunday. Kevin O'Connell was like, all right, you got a corner and a flat on this side. It's like Madden. So he's got the play calling like Spider 2, Y Banana 6-9er, die or 9er in there. There you go. And then he's just like, here's your route concept on the strong side. It's honestly just crazy how this thing worked. And I think that him being a veteran, I think that him having starting experience this year, as well as starting a little bit last year, I think him being basically a friggin' genius, right? High football IQ certainly did help. I think that Josh Dobbs is one of the few quarterbacks that this would actually have worked with. Abso-freaking-lutely, man. Also, from this game, so there was a lot of emotion in this game. A lot of things covered up what went on, but I mean, Harrison Phillips early in the game just like signaling, boop, penalty on the Falcons. I love nothing more than when like there's a procedure penalty or there's an offsides in the trenches and the other side is like, It's just, I love it, man. Harrison Phillips low-key hilarious. All right, fine. One more Josh Dobbs thing. One more. So this is from Vikes fan page. Vikings legend Fran Tarkington praised Josh Dobbs after his performance on Sunday. How did he do it? He didn't even know his teammate's name. It's impossible for him to do what he did, end quote. Now, Tarkington was involved in the Vikings game day festivities as Tark, of course, the pride of Georgia. I wonder how Tarkington felt about cheering for a Rocky Top Tennessee alumni like Josh Dobbs. Woo, love to see him, man. It's fantastic, baby. But also, Vikings gotta look forward next 5 games, and like we said, weeks 8 through 14 is where the Vikings can make a lot of hay, and that includes Saints, at the Broncos, at the Bears, and then at the Raiders. So yes, 4 road games coming on up. Vikings are gonna be away from U.S. Bank Stadium for a month. What's gonna be in U.S. Bank Stadium? If it's anything besides Monster Truck Rally, we riot. That was one of the best things at the Dome. Like, I always wondered as a kid, how the hell did they get all that dirt and sand in, and how they get it out? Anyways, but Vikings start off against the Saints, even though they are 2.5 point dogs at home, should be able to take care of business. And we've said this all season long. The Vikings can make a very nice run in these next couple games, and frankly, they could be 9-4 heading into their showdown against the Bengals. And then, of course, you cap off the season. Hopefully the Vikings will have all the momentum in the world. 2 games against the Lions and also 1 against the Packers at home on Sunday Night Football. As of right now, we'll see if they flex that thing out because I think the Packers will be out of playoff contention. But in terms of missing your wide receiver 1 for 4+ weeks, as well as, KJ's dinged up too, as well as losing not only your quarterback 1, and Kirk Cousins, who's playing at MVP level, but your quarterback 2, Nick Mullins, who's on IR, your quarterback 3, Jaron Hall, who has a concussion, and on your quarterback 4, who's been here for two seconds. It's pretty fantastic. Also fantastic is the Brian Flores Hellfire defense, and our guy, analytics expert Arjun Menon, did this up. How much cash teams are spending on defensive players this year? Cash, not cap hits. So, again, salary, not dead cap, because the Vikings actually carry a significant amount of dead cap with defensive players, whether that be Eric Kendricks, whether that be Diesel Dalvin Tomlinson, etc. And their overall defensive efficiency this season, Mike McDonald is an absolute wizard. So, yeah, Mike McDonald's getting things done. Whatever. But the Vikings, they're in the quadrant of not spending a lot, good results. Which is great, but also, look around the league. So you got the Bears spending a lot and bad results. Same thing with the Packers, Dolphins in there too. The Eagles, yes, spending a lot, getting good results. Niners, bit the outlier there. Same thing with the Browns. I mean, the Browns are looking really damn good at this point in time, but also not spending a lot and bad results. I mean, I mean, the Rams are hitting the reset button hard on this, as well as, it's Aaron Donald against the world with the Rams. Well, the Vikings, I mean, the defense isn't spending a ton, but they are certainly punching above their weight, and I think that has a lot to do with the way that Daniel Hunter's been playing, as well as Brian Flores bringing an aggressiveness and swagger to this defense, because it just feels different. This year feels different. The defense is swarming to the ball. They're becoming ball hawks in coverage. They're looking for that turnover, and you love it, man. It's fantastic. Another fantastic story. Yeah, we're back on Josh Dobbs. He is the story of the week, man. Alec Lewis, the Athletic. Brian Flores said something pretty cool today. Said he was walking out of the Vikings facility Friday night on the way to his car. What kind of car do you think Brian Flores drives? I think that he's sensible, no nonsense. I feel like maybe he's a little bit on the tight side. So I would say like a maybe 2013 Suburban, maybe. We'll see. Anyways, he looked over in the indoor practice field and saw Josh Dobbs with a helmet going over plays one-on-one with assistant quarterback coach Grant Udinsky. So, I mean, Josh Dobbs putting in that work, and he credited the coaching staff for sticking with him late on Friday as well, trying to get up to speed. And he wasn't even the guy then. And the coaches put all the resources last week into Jaron Hall, getting him ready, and he looked really good for on the second drive. But Josh Dobbs knew that he was one play away, as Jaron Hall was one play away with Kirk Cousins. And Josh Dobbs, I mean, he is a professional. He's a pro's pro, and he got things done. And now I mean, this offense could be really, really damn good. I mean, with Josh Dobbs, I feel like he's been underrated his entire career. Yes, he's been a journeyman. Oh, how come he hasn't started anywhere? Have you seen the teams that he's played for? Oh, yeah, the Titans last year, they were really good. Or how about the Cardinals? They're a peach of a team. Fantastic. It was really good. But with Dobbs in the spot, he's got a great offensive line. Hopefully they can get the running game going. I think Dobbs actually helps out the running game. You got maybe the best wide receiver duo in the league with JJ and Addison. Hockenson is top 3 tight end. He's not 3 anymore. Now they stop and dropping balls and fumbling. So, I mean, the sky's the limit right now on offense, man. So Mike Florio, PFT, noted Vikings fan. That's not a thermist. But he's one of those self-loathing Vikings fans who is always negative on the team under the couch of, I'm just being realistic, which it ain't. So in his power rankings, he does have the Vikings at 14, but he only had them moved up 2 spots, where the Chargers moved up 6 spots because the Chargers beat the Jets. Congratulations. But the Vikings went on the road in Atlanta and took on a top 6 defense. Atlanta Falcons, Ryan Nielsen's got that unit playing extremely well. And Josh Dobbs has been in the building for 15 minutes, and they did it. They did that damn thing. And also, rookie Jaron Hall looked pretty damn good, too. And they did all that without Justin Jefferson. They did all that without Kirk Cousins. And it's okay. But again, have everyone sleep on us. But all right, so the Vikings are at 14. Would you rather have the Vikings or the Browns? Vikings. Frankly, would you rather have the Vikings or the Bills? The Bills are ass. Thank you. Seahawks. I mean, the Seahawks get boat raced by the Ravens. They drop 1 spot. Please. The Steelers are deceased. They have ceased to be. Well, yeah, but they moved up 2 spots. Okay. Cowboys fall. Bengals, sure. Lions, sure. Dolphins. Dolphins only dropped 3 spots when they're basically just completely controlled. I mean, the Dolphins can't beat any good teams. Hey, they beat the piss out of poor teams. Congratulations on putting up 70 on the Broncos. Cool. Can't wait for the Vikings to do the same. But anyway, I digress. I understand it's like an emotional hedge. You don't want to get too about your team, but fair. Speaking of up, so Duke Football tweeted this out. Congratulations to Matt Daniels on being named to the 2023 ACC Football Honors Class. Now, I don't know what the hell this is. I assume it's like a conference ring of honor or something like that. But, I mean, Matt Daniels was a bad dude. Linebacker, safety for Duke. And, played some great special teams in the league for a number of years. Got into coaching. He's a fantastic high-energy coach. I think that he should become a NFL head coach someday if he wants to go down that route. And I think that it's a great honor. Absolutely love to see it. And also, hey, if we need some... So special teams have been playing really great, but if we need some depth, I mean, screw Kevin O'Connell at quarterback. What about Coach Hatt? Get him all in there. Speaking of taking the field, so I love when these things come out because people are so polarized. Where would you rather be given $1 million or have 10 carries in an NFL game to gain 5 yards for $10 million? Now, is this a stone free roll? Like, if you don't get the 5 yards, so you pay nothing, but you get nothing, right? I think that's fair. But all these conversations, like, could you rush for 1 yard behind an NFL offensive line? It's like, yeah, I could definitely do it, bro. I played high school ball and all that stuff. Like, here's the thing. Like, so I would take the $1 million because that's pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy. Because A, I don't have to batter my body. Also, ever since Kirk popped his Achilles, like, I've been so wary about my Achilles. I did not realize like how creaky my feet are. Where it's just like, I feel like Sanford and Son. Oh, it's coming, Elizabeth. This is the big one. I don't know, like I'm now like legitimately paranoid that I'm going to pop my Achilles at any given time. I don't know, man. But the whole thing is like 10 carries in an NFL game to gain 5 yards for $10 million. Now, some of these tweets have the caveat of you can have your favorite team's offensive line. And the Vikings offensive line is great. They're highly rated in terms of analytics in the run blocking game. But professional NFL running backs, Madison, Akers, Ty Chandler, King Kene, whoever, who are in peak physical condition, are in the top 1% of 1% of athletes in the world. They can't even get 5 yards on 10 carries behind my favorite team's offensive line. So what chance do I have? It's just ridiculous, man. It's just so silly. But anyways, that's it. Vikings news done for Wednesday. You guys are the best. Skol, production value.